They're ready to race 1200 meters. Gates are open and they sent on their way. Sankofa came out a length slow and is ridden along by the rider. Sunset Raw began well. Keen on Kelly's on the outside in second. Gioca is racing in third. Then a gap of 3 lengths away to Bellatrice in fourth. Gotcha Buzz is fifth and one from last. And Sankofa is at the back end of the field now as they go towards the 800 meter mark. And Sunset Raw leads the way by 2 and a bit lengths from Keen on Kelly racing in second. Gioca is racing in third. Got the red cap on. That's your favorite. Then came Bellatrice behind that. Gotcha Buzz is behind those. And then came Sankofa, who's now gapped away at the back end of the field and about 3 lengths behind the second last horse. Got 10 to make up. They're about to turn for home. They got 500 to go. Sunset Raw brought them in from Keen on Kelly down towards the inside. Then Gioca, the red cap. On the outside, Bellatrice in the white sleeves. Then came Gotcha Buzz behind that, but Keen on Kelly has picked up the lead, but tackled by Gioca. Sunset Raw's on the outside. Then came Gotcha Buzz, but it's Gioca. Gioca, 100 meters from home, has gone clear from Keen on Kelly in second, and Gioca is going on to win, wins that by 3. Second to Keen on Kelly, third to Sunset Raw, fourth to Gotcha Buzz. So here's your head-on replay. Keen on Kelly is on the left-hand side of your screens, went to the front 300 meters from home, but Gioca got a nice gap and ran on very nicely to get to the front and kicked away to win by at least 4 lengths, does Gioca. 2561 are the numbers. The judge has just given that. So it is 2561. This is Gioca, trained by Ellen Greef, ridden by Richard Fourie, and has won it quite well, does Gioca.
Well, it's a popular start to racing in Nelson Mandela Bay this afternoon as Gioca looked a banker for the bipot, and she's come through to leave the maidens off the back of 3 seconds. So really, really overdue. I've got Godfrey joining me here on behalf of her groom TK, who will appreciate the 1,500 Rand that he receives from World Sports Betting as the winning groom, and I'm sure he will really enjoy that. Godfrey, thanks very much. It was jockey Richard Fourie that got us started this afternoon, and he partnered Gioca to the win. He's been her regular rider of recent, aboard for all those seconds, and today they converted to the winner's box. Richard, well done.
Thank you very much.
She's not a huge filly. She's actually quite light, but when you turn to canter today, she did everything right. She took that bit just the way she needed to. She stretched out well, and she's a well-deserved winner.
Yeah, look, every time I've ridden her, she's getting a little bit stronger, and a bit more mature. You know, obviously she's been a little bit of a frustration because she's always running in the money, and we really just want to win that race. Yeah. But, you know, today she did everything good. Took her through to the 200, canted her down. She got fresh, tried to duck out with me a little bit, but, you know, demeanour was good.
Yeah.
You know, even in the gates today, last time she was very upset in there. She probably bombed the start a little bit too much, and, you know, couldn't recover from that. But today she was as good as gold, good speed in the race. Just before we started turning into the home straight, I felt like I was getting onto the heels, and I still had a bit of room where I could actually roll off a little bit and, you know, just let her keep that momentum. And everything went good. I came to straight. Obviously, the horse in front of me was electing to go to the outside, and, you know, when I went in between them, she was very happy to be there, and gave her the squeeze, and she was very, you know, very ready for me to pick it up, and she won a good race. So I think with her, it was just her, you know, finding the time to strengthen up, and every single race she's raced in, she's gotten better and better. So it was a good win. Nevertheless, you know, she's on that sort of mark where she's going to keep improving, you know, maturity-wise and strength-wise. So, yeah, definitely another one in the tank somewhere.
Fantastic. Richard, before you run, tell us a little bit about these horses, starting with Final Edition. He looks in a spot to be competitive again.
Yeah, look, his last run was good. He obviously just did a little bit too much with me. And I thought I was sitting on a superstar the way I went around the track, and I thought he'll quicken up and keep going. But I just found the edge at the last 100. He done so much in the race, so obviously, just keep him calm and relaxed in the race, and he should finish strong.
And then Summer Odyssey, we'll have words. Did you pick the right one? That's the question.
I hope so. She's running off for 98 again. Gave her, 89. They've given her those 3 points back, but she's always super consistent, and she's due for the win. And exactly. I think the other filly would definitely like the mile plus, so I went with Summer Odyssey there.
And then it's hard to put you on a line about St. Cloud because we know that it all depends on how well she breaks. But ability-wise, if things go well for her, she's got a shot.
No, exactly. She jumps well and then she hits the brakes. So she pauses and then you lose your spot. But, she's in the mix there. Fancy her strong, and hopefully I can persuade her to win for us today.
Oh, we'll cross our fingers, but this is the way you want to start, and well done.
Thank you very much, and also a special thank you to the owners and to Mr. Greff and the team, and obviously my sponsors at Winning Form.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Great feedback there from Richard, taking us through that ride step by step. And I think he's touched on something very important. You see the form in the card, but you're not always that aware of the horse itself. And she's a slight filly. She has actually needed time just to strengthen up.
Yeah, she's strengthened up from month to month, and as she's got older, I thought her work on Saturday was, I apologise, Friday was pretty good, and I was really happy with that. And when she went down like a horse that could win. So very well done to all the connections to Steve Davis, our auctioneer extraordinaire. He's up in Australia today, so hopefully he's not on the rostrum, but watched the race, and his wife Natalie, to Mrs. Slack, and to both Jessica and Steve and Joel. Very well done. I loved a non-platina, and unfortunately this is only the first one I've had that's come out and won. So well done to everybody concerned. Piemonte stud, Lisa Monti and Dino bred the filly, and she's out of Beat About the Bush, who was one of my favourite fillies that I trained.
Very, very useful filly. And with that, I'm going to ask Marilyn to step over for her there so she can squeeze into the pick for the 7,500 Rand payout from the Racehorse Owners Association. That's going to give certain members a little bit more reason to smile.
Yeah, more reason to like Marilyn over here. And, I know who the guilty culprit is, and I'm sure by the end of the week, they're going to be registered.
Bought to book, literally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're going to be costing themselves money, and I'm sure we'll sort it out.
Thanks, Marilyn. Alan, before you run, did chat to Richard about a few runners, but there'll be a few that he's unaware of. The likes of By the Light of the Moon is one of them, starting for the first time for the yard.
Yeah, nice big filly, and we started from scratch, added a tongue tie on, and she worked quite nicely during the week, last week, and if she brings that sort of work, then she's a horse that you can't leave out. She has shown that she's had respiratory problems, but hopefully we're on top of that.
And then Kendall Minnie's got a great relationship with the temperamental Mary Lamb, who looks ready to strike.
Mary Lamb, yeah, she's temperamental, but she ran a cracking race last time, and she ticked the right boxes, and hopefully we found the right race for her to win. I think she should.
And then in the 3-year-old fillies feature, Richard has given us his feedback on Summer Odyssey, but I do think that there's a lot to say for the stable companions, Joy and Peace and Back for More.
Yeah, Back for More ran a cracking race last time. I know it was a tough race for her, but I thought she ran a credible race, and also a little bit on the sharpish side for her, a little bit like Joy and Peace. Yes. But Joy and Peace, she's a classy filly, and sometimes that might just get her through as well. Summer Odyssey, she's in peak condition, looking well, working well, and she's definitely ticked the right boxes, right sort of race, right distance, and hopefully, she's long overdue for a win.
Alan, thanks for the breakdown there, and well done for the win.
Thank you.
Yes, on that hand, I've got to say it looks as if the Greff Yard have got a decent showing in the 3-year-old fillies feature a little bit later this afternoon. So take both Alan and Richard's comments to heart. Once again, huge congratulations to the owners of Gioca. She's done you proud, earning your checks along the way, but today she gets it right and she finds the winner's box.